going live right now.
Excellent, excellent. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. For all of those that could join us on this Friday morning's travel chat, we are going to be speaking about travel to the Holy Land.
Yes, it's excellent topic that you have picked up, and I'm really
Yes.
thrilled that you invited me to come and speak
Yes.
today about Holy Land.
Yes, I'm so glad you could join me, Harish. And I know that Indus travels just about everywhere in the world. If there's a place to go, your organization can get you there. But today we're going to be talking about travel to the Holy Land.
Sure.
Because I had the good fortune of being able to travel in 2020. I went to Israel on a familiarization tour so that I could come back and speak to people about what to see. And I went with an open mind because I'm not a particularly religious person at all. I was just blown away. There's just so much to see, so much to do. There's something for everyone there.
Yes, yes, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, as you rightly said, Indus Travel is a tour operator, and we organize tours to different destinations. Israel, Holy Land is definitely one of our top destination, and you're right. Even I have been there. All the places, they are just unbelievable. It's amazing. All that the clients will go and experience there. It's really a wonderful location.
Yes, it is. I was just taken away with the hospitality and the diverse options for things to do. I mean, it's definitely for those that want a religious experience. There are different types of Holy Land visits. There are those that want a more Catholic experience, or Protestant or Jewish. There's a great Muslim presence within the country. It's fabulous.
Yeah, yeah. I like to always start by saying that, first of all, people have this feeling that Israel is not safe. You'll be surprised when you go there. They also have the same like a rule. Everybody has to join the military. Everybody needs to have that experience. So you'll see a lot of military around most of the time, but they are just regular people joining the force or coming back from there. It's totally westernized. The setup, the roads, the people, very warm, very welcoming. Every group that we have sent, every person that has gone there, even myself, so everybody who comes back, they always say that they really enjoyed it and it was a wonderful experience.
Right, because I know here when you drive along our highways, we're so used to seeing our signs in two languages, English and French. You're in Quebec, it's in French and then some English. There, the signs, the road signs are massive. They're in Hebrew, then they're in Arabic, and then at the bottom they are in English for all the tourists that are driving around. And not that you'd want to do so, but it's literally a country you could go from top to bottom in a day.
Yeah, it's very mixed. It's not necessarily only that Christians go there or one faith kind of people go there. The population itself is mixed. You have Jewish there, you have Muslims, you have Christian, you can even find some Buddhist people there. So it's a very mixed community. And you rightly said the language is amazing. Like the signs are in 3 languages, so anyone going there will understand. The people who are in the tourism, the hotels, the tour guides, the vendors where you go and pick up some things, they all speak English. So it's a very easy communication when you're there on your tour.
Yes, I found that. And speaking of tours, I mean, you could do with Indus, you could do your own tour, you could join a group, and there's even options for solo travelers.
Yeah. So there are many advantages of going and doing group travel, and it's always good to go through a travel partner who can set it up. So Lisa can actually really set up these tours for you. Many a times clients feel they can do it individually on their own. It's perfectly fine. But when you go through a travel company, Lisa, or somebody who knows the destination, then it is fully taken care. So right from the time of arrival, there is somebody to meet you, greet you, and whatever itinerary has been designed, you will be delivered. So you don't have to worry, what am I supposed to do today? Or am I going to this monument? Or how will I reach over there? All that is very well and nicely taken care when you go on these group tours.
Yes, I know before going with the company that I went with, I sent the itinerary to someone I know that's a member of BNI, Business Networking International, in Tel Aviv, because she was
Yeah.
my only contact I had in Israel. And I sent it to her and I said, what do you think of this itinerary? And she said, I think you're doing a little too much. And from a travel agent's point of view, you can never do too much.
Yeah.
So I don't think I did too much. And what I'm going to do is, I know that Indus has absolutely stunning pictures on their website, but I'm going to share some of mine.
Sure. Sure.
So maybe we could talk a little bit more about what
So
makes.
while you said about the places, yes, you're very right. You know, people think that when you're going to Holy Land and in a day you're going to from 8 to 9 places in a day, it might seem long, but you'll be surprised that if you take the map, it's as big as New Jersey.
Yes.
You can drive from north to the south in 4 or 5 hours, east to the west in 3 hours. In such a small area, it has so much to offer and so much to give you.
Absolutely. I was there for 9 days and I had no idea. I couldn't put my head around the fact that it's about the size of New Jersey, because we covered so much. The geography is so different at each stop. At 1 minute, it's flat, then it's a desert, then it's hills, then there's canyons, then you've got the lowest point in the hill in the world, the Dead Sea. This image, if you can see it right now, these are some of the ladies from our group, and we got there late. There was no one to assist them, so they were doing their own baptism in the Jordan River, right where John the Baptist would have been baptizing the Christians. And that was just an amazing stop. And then we were in Nazareth, and it's the Basilica of the Annunciation, an amazing, amazing, beautiful destination. Migdal, I think that was the site of one of the earliest synagogues, and we had the most amazing tour guide there. I remember his name, it was Father Murphy. When we got there, they hooked us up with him, and he was amazing.
Yeah. So when your customers go here to these places, it's so unbelievable to realize or feel that these places have been there for the last 2,000, 3,000 years. Somebody has lived here.
Yes.
And there are places where you can actually go down underneath from 1 floor to 2nd floor because they have been building on top layers and all the archaeology. So it's not just really religious, but it has everything, you know, from archaeology, history, and yes, from the river that you showed for baptismal. If somebody wants to really go and have that kind of an experience, it's a wonderful place to go and really visit there.
And this in particular, I don't know if you recall where this is, but this is the Armenian church, which is basically supposed to be on the exact site where Jesus was born. There's the 3 churches that are in tandem, side by side, and these are the people waiting in line to go visit the birth site in Bethlehem.
Yeah, I went on the trip, but I didn't go to Bethlehem, so that part I have missed. I did go to Tel Aviv, Jerusalem,
yes,
and that area. Yeah.
This was the sun setting over Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of obligatory. They ask you, do you want to go for a camel ride?
Yeah. So just touching on Jerusalem, if you can see the picture, everything looks very brown. So people have a feeling that is it still old or, you know, these are all modern and new construction. It's just that they have decided to have that color pattern all across, all around to give that feeling. So, but these are really a lot of these are new constructions. They have some amazing museums, very modern facilities. When you're there, you'll be surprised with all that they have. Technology-wise, Israel is one of the best in technology. If you're aware about the app called Waze, it's invented by them. Also, they have many other advancement in the medical and other fields also.
Yes, and Masada. That was interesting. We took the cable car and it was not a short ride, and I was amazed at the number of people that actually climbed it.
Yes. This is one experience that anybody visiting there, when you go up on the top, you can really see the fort that they have. That's the place where, they would be watching from the top when the enemy is coming. It's a once in a lifetime experience, taking that whole thing going up and really being at that location.
Yeah, it was spectacular. And this we were in Eilat for 2 nights, and it was really interesting. Our tour guide was Israeli, and our bus driver was Palestinian, and they dropped us off at the border crossing for the day. And then we went through immigration, just like you would crossing the border between Canada and the US.
Yeah.
And we were met by our Jordanian tour guide, who then
Yeah.
took us on to Petra for the day.
Yeah.
And that was
So,
spectacular.
yeah. So on the tour, when it is decided, for example, somebody wants to just go and experience the destination, we have tour guides which will only talk about the locations. Then if a church or somebody does a specialized religious pilgrimage, then we have tour guides who will go in depth with the faith also. So depending on what kind of tour you select, you will have that kind of experience on the tour.
I remember coming back from Petra, and we were all thrilled, and we couldn't stop talking about how amazing it was. And our tour guide and our bus driver, all they kept on talking about was all their electronic purchases. They spent the whole day shopping for looking for new electronics in town, because apparently everyone loves to go shopping there. And but we took the historical route, and we had a wonderful time. And for those that may not know, that is the treasury in Petra.
Yeah.
And
so anybody who goes to Israel, there's always a good chance they will go for an extension to Petra, to Egypt. Once you go to that region, you really want to see more things on your tour in one go. So yes, this can also be organized, and this is one place that people really love. You must have seen in movies, Indiana Jones and many other places, but when you're physically there and you touch these buildings, these whole stones that they have carved into the rock, it's really amazing how they must have done at that time.
yes. And so I just want to touch again on a lot of people say, well, they can put their tours together, and that's fine. But you don't know what you're missing out when you don't go with a travel provider. And they're going to make sure that if there's something that you may want to see, or perhaps didn't think of, but would not want to miss out on, you're going to see it all in a tour.
Yes. So, I mean, you being a travel partner, the must-see places that a client should see when they are going to a location. So, I'm sure you include that. Number two, clients will save money. When you travel in a group, you are paying one price. Whatever is set in the itinerary, whatever is the inclusions, you're not paying anything extra anywhere unless if it's optional. Whereas when you do it on your own, you have to pay for the transfer from the airport to the hotel. You have to pay for your tours. You have to pay to the tour guide. So there's so much of multiple places where you will pay. You will end up paying more. Whereas on one tour, everything is organized. Everything is taken care. You save money also on that.
Right. And so I'm not sure if there's anything else you'd like to add before.
Sure. I mean, there are many advantages of traveling in a group, especially with a travel partner. Two of the points that I have already covered. One last, which I personally feel is a very important thing, is shared experiences. At the pictures that Lisa showed, you going alone or you going in a group with a bunch of people it changes the whole meaning. You have that lifelong memory when you come back that we were together at this monument, we were together at this baptismal site, or we had this wine in this place. And so food is another amazing thing in Israel. Cheese, fresh vegetables. Like I put on weight, to be very honest, in 9 days that I was there. They have amazing food, throughout the day till the evening, and dinners also. So I mean, it's a lovely destination, and Lisa is a wonderful agent. So if you're looking or thinking of doing any tour to Holy Land, she's the right person.
Okay, so I think we'll wrap it up. If anyone wants any more information about all the wonderful tours that Indus Travel has to offer, do reach out to me and I'll be sure to get all the necessary information for you. I want to thank you once again for
Thank
joining me
you.
this morning and
Thank you.
have a lovely weekend.
Same to you. Thank you, and
Okay,
thank you, everyone.
okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.